Hi everybody, we back here with another video, and as I'm making this video it is April 15th, 4:36 in the morning. I'm making the video late, but as of today there's gonna be the creator class number 2. Now if y'all didn't know, I'm pretty sure it happened in May of last year in 2022 that they had the last one. And they had the first female fight, just the Minx versus Yodely Haley. They had not Alice Wasabi, they had iDubbbz versus Dr. Mike as the main event. Dr. Mike's first fight, iDubbbz first fight. Now this time around they got iDubbbz versus Alice Wasabi as the main event. But they also got Andrea versus Marcel on the undercard. And today I'm going to be talking about that fight, my predictions for the fight, and how I think it'll go, versus what it means for female influencer boxing with the winner of this fight, and how would that switch things up. So, if y'all don't already know, Andrea started off boxing pretty recently.
Need you to get loud for this one. Fighting out of the white corner at 5'6", weighing 135 pounds, Andrea Botez!
On Ludwig's chess boxing event that happened pretty recently. On Ludwig's chess boxing event that happened a couple of months ago. Happened this year, I'm pretty sure, and a couple months ago. Which she participated on though. She went up against Dina, another chess player, Russian chess player, and it ended in a loss to Andrea because it was chess boxing. She outboxed her opponent, but since her opponent had more time on the clock, she ended up edging out the win, and she lost on the chess boxing event. And that was her first time boxing, and she outboxed her opponent by a long shot. Her opponent was mostly running away and blocking, barely throwing punches of her own, and it was also a pretty one-sided chess match because Andrea was really low on time throughout majority of the rounds that went by, and she was honestly just trying to make it to the boxing, try to get the knockout and win that way because she knew she was down on time in chess. But this time there isn't no chess involved. This time the only chess involved is the heart and determination you're gonna have without any headgear on top of your head to protect you, and 10-ounce gloves or 12 ounce. I'm not really sure the ounce gloves that they're using. I don't know if it's 10 ounce. I don't think so. I think iDubbbz might be the only one. She might be using like 12 ounce, 14 ounce, something like that. But it's a lot little gloves and no headgear. I'm not sure what she used in creative class. There's some pretty big gloves. It might be 16s or something. Not really sure. But this time we're gonna get to see how she's gonna react to being hit without the headgear, which she'll probably deal with it okay. She's really competitive, but we're also gonna get to see her opponent, how they can deal with her punches without having any headgear to protect their head. But if we go ahead and look at Marcel, let's read about her and her description. So I brought this up on screen and I'm gonna read it, which I haven't read it yet. I just seen a bit of him and I got the picture. But they said, who is Marcel Khare? Khare? I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name. But Marcel is also a YouTuber and an influencer, as her channel has over 3.5 million subscribers. In her YouTube bio, it says, each week on her channel, Marcel documents her raw, unfiltered journey into a new community. Over the course of her videos, you'll see her train with the Secret Service, FBI, even work a day of 911 dispatch. Marcel sets out to prove that with enough hard work, perseverance, and failure. Anything is possible. Carl is just excited to participate in Creator Class 2 and said, I am so grateful to Anissa, Ian, and Creator Class for cultivating such a special space for creators to come together to raise money for a good cause, while also providing the opportunity for us to challenge ourselves to new heights mentally and physically. I'm stoked to be in the ring with Andrea Botez as one of the 4 female fights featured this year. So if you don't know, there's going to be 4 female fights on Kingpin, 4 female fights on Creator Class. There's going to be a Jinx versus Fangs on Misfits 006. They got 2 female fights confirmed for 007 if nothing goes wrong and goes to plan. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 confirmed female influencer fights for only 2 months, bro. 2 months. This is the biggest we ever seen female influencer boxing. Usually it's like 1 per year. Now we getting 11 in only 2 months, bro. 11 fights. That's not fighters, cause that would be 22 females, bro. But let's see. Yeah, that's all they got. So we could learn from this that she's obviously gonna have a lot of the fitness, a lot of the like athlete. She's pretty athletic. She does a lot of different things. She's not just somebody that like doesn't really get off of their chair and go outside and like push themselves to the limits consistently and with variety. But Andrea ain't no pushover. As you can see in her first fight, she was honestly, in my opinion, probably a top 5 female influencer on her first fight. Now there isn't a lot of competition. You know, Elle Brooke, she only got 2 fights. Astrid got 2 fights. Justin Means got 1 fight. But that's saying something. She got to a level of like understanding a little bit of what she's doing and how to do it within 1 fight. And you can only get better as you keep going, as they say, until you can't improve anymore. Whether that be you being permanently injured or you just learn all that you can. I know they say you could keep learning, even Mayweather doesn't know everything. But at a certain point, you can only remember so many things in your brain. So like, there's a limit for everybody in almost every aspect. I don't usually like to put those pretty bold like opinions and statements out there, but it's kind of true, bro. Kind of true. Sometimes even when I'm boxing, I'll be forgetting some certain things I could do, and then I'll do it next time, and then I'll miss out on something else. And then like, can't do everything at once. But as of what we've seen from Andrea, she isn't gonna give up. She isn't gonna give her opponent the win without a fight. And as you can see though, like even though her last opponent wasn't really all fight, she was more so trying not to get killed and shit like that. It was understandably like that without those headgears, that girl would have a lot harder time. If it didn't have chess boxing match in between, it would have a lot of time. So like with this girl, if she is in game, cause even Andrea is kind of a little bit nervous knowing that this girl has been training for around a year now consistently, cause of a challenge she did, and she was training at the Olympic level. So it gave her a little bit of nervousness, but they forgot that Elle Brooke fought someone with over a year of experience, and the difference Andrea could succeed in those aspects, and she has a fight experience like Elle Brooke kind of in that weight class. And honestly, she could probably even go fight Yodeli Haley. That's someone near her weight class. I think Yodeli Haley might be around like I'm not really sure. I think they said, what was it, like 130, something like that. She might say like 130 or something like that. So that's a potential fight. But interesting one. I would love to see that fight. That'd be interesting to watch. But Andrea got a lot of things ahead of her, and I will make another video rather she wins or loses this fight, explaining what's next for her, because she gave a hint on what she's gonna do after this fight on creative class. And I'm not gonna give it up right now. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna make another video on that after this fight. And I wanted to talk about this fight because it might not be the top fight on the count. It might not be the one that gets the most interest, but it is a flaws in both fighters. I said that Andrea hasn't fought without headgear, fought with maybe some bigger gloves, fought an opponent that was more so focused on keeping their lives and not dying, rather than try to take a life and have them dying, versus Michelle on the other hand, who might have a bit of false confidence, being, oh, I have this whole year of experience, I'm more athletic, versus some girl that plays chess. But Andrea, with the mind games, put in a stepping stone under her to match her height, may strip away a little bit of that confidence. Never know. But my official prediction is gonna have to be Andrea will overwhelm Michelle by third round. And what I mean by third round, it either could happen second, first, or the third round. I don't think it's gonna pass the third round, and that's just my opinion, because what I've learned is that Andrea may be the female influencer that looks the best in the ring and outside of it. And that's my final predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below. Let me know what y'all guys think about the prediction, the fight, and what both these fighters have to bring to the table if she or her wins the fight. And I'll make a video on Andrea regardless, but I might make one for myself. She can impress me with this fight. But I'm gonna make another one. Yearly Haley's gonna be after this one, as in I'm gonna record it after and release it after. So I hope you guys check out both of their fights on creative class, and I hope you guys enjoy the creative class event, cause I know I am.
Stick with a blade like I got a fire to fight. Jade on my necklace is kryptonite, my eyes. And I got a girl, my life. You want this energy, baddest demons you invite. Got in the chopper, I better eat you alive. Gotta watch every step I take, cause it's do or die. Lord, I'm a 40 little now, I'm finna slide. Watching me, niggas tryna talk for me. Walk with me, follow me. Stuck in a slow fraternity.